The invitation did not come as a challenge. It came as a statement. The world karate champion was touring different countries, defeating opponents publicly, collecting respect and fear wherever he went. His record was untouched. His style was rigid, disciplined, and devastating. When Bruce Lee's name was mentioned, the champion did not insult him. He simply said Bruce Lee was fast, but speed had limits inside a real fight. Those words spread quickly, not because they were disrespectful, but because they sounded certain. Bruce Lee heard them quietly like he always did. He did not respond publicly. He did not correct the statement. But those close to him noticed something change. Not anger, focus. This was not about ego. This was about a belief that had grown too loud. The fight was not officially announced. There were no posters, no promotion. It was arranged privately in a hall where martial artists gathered to test ideas, not entertain crowds. The rules were simple. No protective gear, limited time, one winner. When Bruce entered the hall, he immediately understood the difference. This was not like previous tests. The atmosphere was disciplined, almost cold. The karate champion stood at the center, wearing his uniform, posture perfect, breathing controlled. He did not move unnecessarily. Every inch of him looked trained to strike with finality. People whispered around the room. Some believed Bruce Lee's speed would overwhelm the champion. Others believed karate discipline would neutralize chaos. No one knew what would happen when philosophy met structure. The champion bowed slightly. Bruce returned the gesture. There was respect on both sides. That made the fight more dangerous. The match began slowly. The champion did not chase Bruce. He advanced in straight lines, cutting angles, forcing Bruce toward invisible corners. Bruce circled lightly, testing reactions. The champion's defense was solid. No wasted motion. Every step had purpose. Bruce attempted to enter range quickly, but the champion responded instantly with sharp, controlled counters. Not powerful, but precise. Bruce felt the distance close faster than expected. This was not someone who panicked under speed. Minutes passed without a clear advantage. The crowd grew silent. This was not the explosive display they expected. It was a mental battle. Then the champion struck first. A sudden forward movement, fast and direct. Bruce reacted instantly but felt the pressure. The strike did not land fully, but it disrupted rhythm. Bruce adjusted his stance. He realized something important. This opponent did not fear speed. He trained for it. The champion continued advancing, forcing Bruce to retreat for the first time that day. It was subtle but noticeable. Bruce's movements became tighter, less playful, more deliberate. Later, Bruce would remember thinking, "This man is not trying to defeat me. He is trying to contain me." The champion launched another attack, sharper this time. Bruce deflected, stepped aside, but felt the edge of the strike brush past him. The room reacted. Speed had been challenged again. Bruce slowed down. That confused the champion. Bruce lowered his center, reduced movement, waited. Speed was still there, but hidden. The champion hesitated, unsure whether to advance or reset. That hesitation was new. The next exchange came suddenly. Bruce entered at an unexpected angle, testing balance rather than defense. The champion adapted quickly, shifting weight, staying upright. His discipline held. This was no longer a test of who was faster. It was a test of who could adapt first. The champion increased pressure, closing distance aggressively now. Bruce absorbed the moment, redirecting energy, avoiding full impact. But each exchange cost more energy. Bruce's breathing changed slightly, not visible to most, but it was there. For the first time, doubt appeared in the room. Could speed truly defeat this level of control? The champion sensed momentum. He pushed harder, tightening space, forcing Bruce into a reactive state. Bruce avoided a heavy strike by inches. That was close, too close. Bruce stepped back again. Silence filled the hall. Everyone felt it. Speed was no longer dominating. And the most dangerous part of the fight was about to begin. The hall felt smaller now, not because the walls had moved, but because space itself was disappearing. The karate champion advanced steadily, not rushing, not pausing, each step calculated. Bruce Lee could feel the pressure building. This opponent was not trying to overwhelm him quickly. He was trying to drain him, to force mistakes through control rather than force. The champion attacked again, this time with a sharp combination meant to trap rather than strike. Bruce slipped to the side, but the exit closed faster than expected. He had to retreat farther than he wanted. A quiet sound passed through the room. It was not excitement. It was concern. Bruce adjusted his breathing. His face remained calm, but his eyes were sharper now. He had underestimated one thing, not the champion's strength, but his patience. This was not a man chasing victory. This was a man building it slowly. The next exchange came without warning. The champion closed distance suddenly, using a straight, disciplined attack that forced Bruce into defense. Bruce blocked, redirected, and stepped away, but the pressure did not break. Each movement required precision. Speed alone was no longer creating openings. Bruce slowed his movement again, not to rest, but to observe. The champion noticed immediately. He did not attack. He waited. That waiting was heavy. Fighters who wait like this believe time is on their side. Bruce tested the distance with a quick entry. The champion countered instantly, not aggressively but effectively. Bruce felt the impact graze his arm. It was not damaging, but it was a reminder. This was real now. The crowd leaned forward. They could feel the balance shifting. This was no longer a display of speed versus power. This was adaptation versus structure. The champion pressed again, this time tighter, using angles to reduce Bruce's movement. Bruce found himself reacting more than initiating. That was dangerous. Reaction gives control away. Bruce changed strategy. Instead of attacking the champion's defense, he began attacking his timing. Small movements, half steps, feints that meant nothing physically but forced decisions. The champion stayed disciplined, but the rhythm changed slightly. Bruce noticed it immediately. The champion attacked again, stronger this time, sensing resistance. Bruce moved inside the strike, redirecting force rather than escaping it. The movement was clean, but the cost was higher. Bruce's breathing grew heavier. The room felt it. This was the moment many believed the fight would end. The champion launched his most aggressive sequence yet, closing distance fully, committing power behind control. Bruce avoided the first strike narrowly. The second brushed past his shoulder. The third forced him back into open space. Silence fell. Bruce stood still. Not because he was trapped. Because he had decided. Later, Bruce would remember thinking, speed must stop running. The champion advanced, confident now, believing pressure had finally broken momentum. Bruce did not retreat. He shifted his weight slightly and waited until the very last instant. Then Bruce entered. Not fast. Exact. He disrupted balance with a movement so small it almost went unseen. The champion adjusted, but his structure was already compromised. For the first time, control slipped, just for a fraction of a second. That fraction mattered. Bruce followed immediately, not with power but with placement. The champion stumbled, surprised more than hurt. The room reacted sharply. Momentum had changed again. The champion reset quickly, eyes sharper now, respect replacing certainty. He no longer advanced casually. He prepared. Both men stood still. The fight had entered its most dangerous phase. Because now both understood each other. Bruce knew speed alone would not finish this. The champion knew control alone would not contain him. What came next would not be technical. It would be decisive. And someone would leave changed. The hall was silent now, not tense, focused. Both men stood still, reading each other without movement. The karate champion no longer advanced confidently. Bruce Lee no longer circled playfully. Everything unnecessary had been stripped away. The champion attacked first. This time there was no patience, no control. It was full commitment, power backed by years of discipline. The strike came fast, clean, and dangerous. For a brief moment, speed failed. Bruce was late by inches. The impact grazed him hard enough to force a step back. That single step changed the room. Some believed it was over. The champion moved in immediately, sensing the opening, pushing forward to finish it. This was his world now, close distance. No escape, no space. Bruce did not run. He changed direction. Instead of pulling away, he stepped inside the attack at the last possible moment, turning force against itself. The champion's balance shifted just enough to break structure. That was all Bruce needed. The counter was not powerful, it was precise, placed perfectly. The champion froze, then staggered back, breath disrupted, control gone. He did not fall. He did not need to. The fight was over. Not because the champion was weak, but because timing had decided the outcome. Bruce stepped back calmly. No celebration, no victory pose. The champion straightened himself and bowed deeply. He understood what had happened. Speed had not defeated power. It had defeated certainty. The room stayed silent long after it ended. No announcements were made. No records were written. But everyone present carried the same truth with them when they left. Discipline can control chaos, but adaptability decides the end. Bruce Lee walked out quietly. That night, the world karate champion remained undefeated on paper. But in reality, something far more important had changed forever.